Look, the truth is you have never been able to go beyond date number 1 or perhaps even date number 2. It always ends up in friend zone or she never contacts you again. I'll tell you this today, there is a reason why that keeps happening, and it's because you continue to commit such an offense every now and again and ever so often. This video seeks to highlight dating mistakes that men make and the reason why you cannot secure multiple dates after you meet a girl you're really interested in. If this is you, thanks for joining me. Watch the video. Welcome back, my name is Jessica. This is my YouTube channel. Remember, if you'd like to engage with me beyond the videos I post on this channel, all you need to do is to find me on Patreon, patreon.com/JessicaOS. That's the way to go. This video is sponsored by Passion Air, the best way to fly if you ever make it to the motherland and end up in Ghana and are looking to commute within cities really quickly and affordably. Passion Air has got you covered. Plus, I like to live my life passionately, and so I love the partnership. All right, so let's jump right into today's video. If you are that guy who has been very, very unlucky with dating, this could be the reason why. Number 1, drinking too much. So yes, a lot of you are guilty of this one. And I get it, like some people get their courage from drinking alcohol, right? So it's like, oh, if I'm a little dazed or a little, drunk, I might be able to say things that I ordinarily would not be able to stand in front of a woman to say. And so you will end up diving right for the drinks as soon as, you guys sit down, and you will have one too many. To give you that courage, in Ghana, they call it akukudro, right? Courage. Now, the downside to that is when you're not exactly lucid when you're speaking to this woman, you might end up saying things that you will regret. You might end up not being coherent in your thoughts or your conversations with her. And you might end up leaving a very bad impression and a bad taste in her mouth where you're concerned. Of course, this will definitely minimize the ability for you to secure yet another date with this woman you really, really like. And so go easy on the alcohol. In fact, if you were me or if I were you, I would not go beyond 1 glass if it's something that I do. If you do not drink alcohol, then by all means skip to the next pointer because this one is not for you, right? But go easy on the alcohol and make sure that you leave a great impression that would make her want to hang out with you again. Number 2, being too touchy. All right. So when you first meet a woman, you do not know anything about her, correct? Or maybe you've seen her, she's a familiar stranger, as I like to say, and you don't know much about her. So the last thing you want to do is treat her like you would treat other women you are more familiar with. Do not be too touchy. Women do not like that, and especially if she is someone who's big on personal space, you will be invading her personal space and she will not like that. She may not verbally come out to tell you that she's uncomfortable with the way you're touching her, but trust me, that'll be the last time you'll have an opportunity to hang out with her because she does not like the way you are touchy with her. There's some men who go overboard. First day you meet me, you're diving straight for a hug, and even in the way you hug me, it's so obvious that you're just trying to feel how soft my breasts are against your chest, and it can be very uncomfortable. Let's keep it real here, guys. Any woman worth her salt will not like to feel sexualized the very first day that you meet her. So keep that on a low. Even if your hormones are raging and you're doing things in your head to her, do not give that away by being extra touchy, unless of course she's the one leading the way, unless of course she's the one who's encouraging you to do so. And usually you'll be able to tell by the way she maybe is flirting back or touching you back, and that would be like a green light. But if you do not see any of these signs, please stay away from being too touchy, as that will be a very big turnoff and decrease the likelihood of you securing a date one more time. Number 3, now don't show up to the date without a plan, okay? Be decisive. Now, this is very, very important because women like to feel as if the men in their lives or whoever they're hanging out with know exactly what they want and go for it. You cannot de-emphasize the importance of a man knowing what he wants. Now, the last thing you want is you pick her up for the date, she sits in the car, and first thing you say is, okay, where do you want to go? You didn't know where you wanted to go and you asked me out? Like, I mean, there might not be anything necessarily wrong with that approach, but I think the better way to approach it would be to already map out in your mind exactly what you want to do. So, picking this girl up on this date at this time, and I'm taking her to this place. Better yet, it's a conversation you guys could have had prior where you could say, hey, I know a few cool places. We could hang, maybe grab a few drinks, have dinner. Do you have better alternatives? If she says, look, I leave this up to you, go ahead and just plan the day out. Know that right after drinks, you're going to go have dinner in a different place. Maybe you're going to go to the movies after, and that kind of thing. All I'm saying is do not come across as indecisive, because you're going to raise doubts in the woman's mind. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't even know what to do. He has to always defer to me to figure things out. And it doesn't really paint a good picture about you as a guy. The impression most women like to have of men is they want to know that you're in charge and you actually know what you are about. Whatever you do, please do not forget that. Number 4, when you pick her up, make sure that your hygiene is top notch. Now, I get it. We all have bad days. There are days where you'll have bad breath. You'll have stinky armpits. But that should not be the day that you pick up this woman for the very first time, for your first date. All right. Always put your best foot forward. Guys, do not take this for granted, because it's really, really important if you're going to be able to score with women. You have to look good. Clean shaven if that's your style, or well-groomed beard if that's your style, combed hair or whatever. I mean, just rock your style the best way that you can, and make sure that you have stuff that freshen up your breath. Make sure you smell good, put in that extra effort. Get a nice shirt, a nice pair of pants or jeans, nice shoes, and just put your best foot forward. Make a great impression, because you never get a second chance to create a first impression. And although I personally am not someone who runs with first impressions, they do help me decide as to whether I want to meet someone again or not. So keep that in mind. Keep your body clean and smelling fresh. Appear your best. And even the car that you sit in, make sure that you go get the car cleaned inside and out. Put some nice air freshener in your car, so when she sits in, she just gets engulfed by the scent, right? I told you in previous videos on this channel, I've told you that women love scents. Citrus, flowery scents. And you can always win with that. Better yet, women also like the musty scent that usually comes with male colognes, right? So go all out and give her that experience. Oh, but let me just mention this, okay? There's some of you who just pour the cologne all over you. It's overpowering and it can be a bit too much. I would recommend that if you're going to put on cologne, make sure you put it, especially if you're going out that night, make sure you splash it on your body at least an hour before you meet this person, so it's not so overpowering. Number 5, looking at your phone more than talking. Not only is it rude, it also does not show proper etiquette. I mean, think about it. This woman left what she was doing, you left what you were doing to come and meet with each other. And all you're doing is every 2 minutes picking up your phone.
You sure have been on that phone a lot today.
What?
Who are you talking to?
Sorry. Alex.
Alex is more important than hanging out with me right now?
Oh, I understand. You may be a busy guy. Duty calls, right? There are opportunities and deals being thrown your way. Maybe you're in the middle of securing something really great. I would say, if you can, put your phone face down and on silent throughout the date. What it tells her is, first, I'm not touching my phone. I don't think you should either. Second, I'm giving you all my attention because this date matters to me. And of course, if you are making her your priority because you took her out, it also helps you score points in that regard. We're in 2022 or whatever year you're watching this video in, but our phones have become such disruptive devices in our lives that it's making us miss out on very important moments. And the last thing you want to do is to be giving your phone attention, when you should be giving this person you really like the attention that your phone's getting. Try not to fidget with your phone so much when you're out on a date. Number 6, do not talk about yourself too much. Some of you need to master the art of conversation, because only when you're able to master that will you be able to improve people's experiences of you. In healthy conversations, you talk a little bit about yourself, and then you give your partner or whoever else you're on a date with or going out with the opportunity to also say a little bit about themselves. Resist the urge to ramble on about you from start to finish, about your achievements, what you're doing, lest you come across as a braggart. Nobody wants a braggart. So do well to stay away from just talking about yourself throughout the night and never letting her get a word in. On the flip side of that, make sure that you're also not too quiet so you come across as boring to her, because after all, she says a word or two and you don't even contribute. You just like nod or sigh or smile, and then she's just there rambling on about herself. Make sure that there's a really good balance. And if you do get to a point where you see that you're rambling on a bit too much, catch yourself and give them an opportunity to speak as well. Number 7, don't cram everything into one date. And I know it might be tempting. You have fun things that you like to do, and so you'd like to go and show this woman the world, literally. So you're thinking, okay, we'll start from lunch, then we'll go to my favorite joint, and then from here we'll go to another and another and another, because you just feel like you need to show her all the best places in town. Like, I get that, right? But I would say you want to save some of the special places for other occasions if there's going to be a second and a third date. You do not want to cram a lot of things into the night, because you're just going to wear her down. I would say pick and choose. You're either doing dinner or the movies. 2 activities in one night might be pushing it, and definitely not 3 activities in one night. So just pick and choose what you really want to do, stick with it, go with it, and make sure that you make the most out of that opportunity. And finally, I would say do not rush into sex. I know it might be tempting, this girl might be hot. She might be making you feel all these things, and all you want to do is pounce on her. Resist the urge. Even if after the end of the night, she decides to come into your space. Read her body language. Watch the signs. By all means, do not be the one to initiate sex. Don't do it. Trust me. Hold out, fight all your demons, and make sure that you come out successful at the end of the night. She will respect you even more and feel even more comfortable with you the next time around. Unless, of course, like I'm saying, she's the one who actually wants it. And in that case, you're not the one who's initiating, she's the one who did, and that's your opportunity right there. But do not be the one to ever initiate having sex or getting intimate on the first date or the first few dates. Hold off. She will respect you more for it. Well, I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, you know what to do. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. My name is Jessica. Cheers.